Hi there, Miss Sartori again, bringing you our next book, a book about Australia. Let me share my screen and show it to you. Here it is. So again, it's a short, simple book about Australia. In fact, the title is Australia. It's a rookie read about geography. And boys and girls, we know geography is the study of the earth. So this is a book in the series telling us about the continent/country of Australia. Let's take a look at our map and see where we are. Our last story took place up here on the continent of Asia in the country of South Korea. We're moving down here to this pink continent. Again, the only continent, Australia, that is also a country. So here we are. Put that guy there. Take a look at our question answer sheet. Again, you'll decide on the genre: fiction, nonfiction, realistic fiction, or historical fiction. I'll give you a hint, boys and girls, that is full of facts about the continent. So you'll write the author, illustrator, and the publishing date. And like the previous books that we've done, this one does not have a fun fact about the author. Just gonna write an A there. That question is not applicable to this particular. Let's keep the questions in mind while I read. Number 1, what is the dry central area of Australia called? And what is interesting about the Uluru Rock that is found there? Number 2, what are some interesting facts about the Aborigine people of Australia? 3, name 2 animals that are native to Australia, and what are some interesting facts about these animals? Also, a reminder, number 4, what is your opinion of the book? Would you recommend it to a friend? Why or why not? And be sure that you're answering that in complete sentences. All right, here we go. Australia. Australia, a rookie read about geography book by Rebecca Hirsch. Again, we have one name. So Rebecca Hirsch wrote the text and also provided the illustrations. The illustrations in this book, boys and girls, are actual photographs, which is nice. The title, Australia. The author and illustrator, Rebecca Hirsch. You see that? Her name is spelled Hirsch. Let's take a look at it on the title page. It might be a little bit clearer. Yep. Sorry, boys and girls. All right. Oh yeah, we want the copyright date as well. That's here, page. Excuse me, next to our table of contents, which is helpful. This book was copyrighted and published in the year 2013. 2013. All right, now let's begin. Welcome to Australia. Australia is the world's smallest continent. It is both a continent and a country. Sorry, the text is so small here, but it says people hike in Uluru National Park. We're going to find out a little bit more about Uluru on the following pages. The largest pieces of land on Earth are continents. There are 7. Australia is is the yellow continent on this map? People of Australia. Most people in Australia live in big cities. Some ride a monorail to get from place to place. This is a photograph of a monorail in the city of Sydney, Australia. Some people in Australia live in the country on farms and ranches. And this is a sheep ranch, a photo of a sheep ranch in Australia. Some people live in cities, some people out in the country, just like here. Australia's first people are called Aborigines. They have many traditions from long ago. The Aborigines are the first people of Australia, just like the Native Americans are the first peoples of, that lived here in America. This is a picture showing Aboriginal children learning special dances from the grown-ups. So that's one of the traditions they learn. They are the first peoples of Australia, and they have many traditions, like the dances being performed here. Number 3 asks you about the animals of Australia. Australia has unusual animals. Kangaroos hop very fast to go from place to place. And here's a mother kangaroo carrying her baby in its pouch. Many pointed out to me that that baby is called a joey. A baby kangaroo is called a joey. Koalas live in trees. They eat the leaves and they sleep most of the time. And the word koala means no drink. Koalas get most of their water from their food. And they're adorable. The land and water. I think question number 1 is asking you about this. The center of Australia is dry and is called the outback. The outback is hot during the day and cold at night. And to me, looks very much like the deserts here in California and in some of our other Western states. So that's a lovely photograph of the outback in Australia. Uluru Rock is in the outback and it is the world's largest rock. I'd like to see that someday. I don't think we really get an idea of the actual size of it from the photograph, but it would be interesting to see. Australia has forests with tall trees and many plants. Some are found nowhere else in the world. This is a picture of a eucalyptus tree. Australia is home to the Great Barrier Reef. It is the world's biggest coral reef. Beautiful coral and many kinds of fish live in the Great Barrier Reef. Also the setting of Finding Nemo. I bet some of you have seen that Disney movie. Rain falls in Australia's low mountains and it creates waterfalls. Then the water flows to the oceans that surround this tiny continent. These are the Bering Falls of Australia. The Sydney Opera House is Australia's most famous building. I bet you've seen pictures of it before. Its roof is made of curved shapes And each roof section weighs up to 15 tons. That's as big as 2 male elephants, each section of that. And finally, let's meet a platypus, another of the animals of Australia, which it asks you about in question number 3. Platypuses live in lakes, swamps, and rivers in Australia. They have a bill like a duck. They have webbed feet. Also, platypuses are mammals, but they lay eggs. I believe the only mammal who does that. Platypuses are mammals, but they lay eggs. And boys and girls, that's that. So I hope you learned a little bit about the continent of Australia. And I hope to see you again for our next story.